Video, I'm going to be sharing with you the belief system of a millionaire. I'm going to show you the subtle differences between that of somebody that is able to make and generate a lot of money to somebody that doesn't have the same level of abundance, and I'm going to show you how you can do the same. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that of understanding the belief system of someone that is a millionaire. I'm going to be showing you this because I want to show you some examples of how belief systems work and understanding that our beliefs create our reality. This goes beyond that of just the law of attraction. This goes beyond that of the subtle focuses that we may have, saying, I want to experience this, I want to experience that. The key is we always get a reflection in our life of what we believe to be true. Now, some of the misconceptions around this idea of understanding becoming a millionaire, first off, is that a lot of people, especially in the spiritual community, think that becoming a millionaire is a bad thing. They think that being a millionaire is something that is less spiritual. Well, if you have millions of dollars, then most likely, since money is evil, then that person is most likely evil, or they've had to step on a lot of heads to get where they are, or all these different justifications. But the first thing to be aware of that will help you is understanding, how do you relate to someone that is a millionaire? Because if you relate to them and you feel resistance, you feel like you have reasons to why they got there and kind of almost like excuses to why they're there and you're not, then it's re-emphasizing the gap in that reality. If you were killing it in your life and you looked at someone else that was also killing it in their life, you would most likely just relate to them and be like, that's good for them. That's where they are. And you would think and feel in the same type of reality or in the same type of track in a way. Now, the key to this is understanding the beliefs about the individual person, and those beliefs are always reflected back to them. So there's a couple key things I want to note here as well, is there are ways of shifting from one level of a belief system to others, and I'm going to be sharing with you how I did that as well. Now, when it comes to being a millionaire, let's understand some of the belief systems that come with that. And one of the belief systems of becoming a millionaire or being a millionaire is understanding money in a completely new way. Normally, people think of money and the connotations about it is almost like it has some type of inherent meaning inside of it. Money is bad or money is evil. And having that kind of belief about the way that we relate to money will hold us back from actually bringing more of it into our life. Becoming a millionaire and being a millionaire, the belief system of a millionaire is that money is a side effect of the value that someone can provide to someone else. That is the belief system of a millionaire when it comes to money. The way we relate to money has an important influence on the way we bring money into our life, because if we think about it in the form of resistance, and if we think that it is evil because it's not backed by gold and all of these other things, then we won't experience more of it. But when we start to shift our belief system, then seeing that money is something that is a side effect of us adding value to other people, everything begins to change. You see, I don't focus on money goals as much as I focus on value goals. What I mean by that is I know that simply the more value I add to other people, the more money will come into my life experience. And because I have that belief system, I find that that works for me. Now the thing is we can talk here all day about different belief systems, but at the fundamental core, the one truth that there is in life is that all truths are true. Meaning, you could say money is evil. That is just as valid as money is an exchange of value. Money is bad, money is hard to get. Those are all beliefs. They're all valid. It just depends upon the frame that you're coming from, and does it serve you? Don't think of beliefs as good or bad. Beliefs just work or they don't work. Beliefs are just efficient or not efficient. But if we get into the dualism of thinking good and bad, then we get lost in the trap, because there is never going to be an agreed upon reality as to what money means, as to what the meaning of life is. Everyone has their own interpretation. And each of us are creating Based on those interpretations, based on those beliefs, are creating our own reality and how we relate to our reality. So this is about being aware of that and being aware of the different perspectives. Now here's another thing. One of the greatest things you can do to step into a life of abundance is to wake up from the unconscious mind. To wake up from the autopilot mind, because 99% of people in the world are completely asleep. They may be walking around, they may be looking awake, but they are completely asleep at a deeper consciousness level because they're in reaction to their environment. Things are the way they are. There's a reason that guy's a millionaire, and it's a bad reason, or it's a reason, or that reason that girl's a millionaire is because of whatever has to go along with that justification. The key is understanding that any excuse we give is a justification for where we are. The key is to shift from things are happening to me and to the perspective of engaging with life and having things happen for me. That was the shift that I made. I was for a long time consuming content, learning as much as I could about personal development, about metaphysics, about understanding how reality works. And I became so passionate about it. And I was so focused on the different nuances, and I was so focused on consuming content, and I thought for some reason, I was like, I'm going to develop the speaking ability. Someone's going to put me on one day. Someone's going to see the potential in my ability, and they're just going to look at me and go, Aaron, you have this amazing potential. I'm going to give you this platform. Here you go. Just work for me for free, and I'll train you and mentor you to become a millionaire and to become successful. That's literally what was going on in my own mind. This is like 2-3 years ago. But then what happened is there was a shift that occurred. And the shift that occurred is I went from the autopilot mind of thinking things were going to happen to me like that, just thinking about it, to then moving from thinking to being. That is the change. If you are a millionaire, or you have the belief system of a millionaire, then you have the ability to be. You have the ability to do something. You have the ability to engage with life. You aren't waiting around for everything to be the perfect circumstance. Because the waiting for everything to be perfect is an idealization, and it's an excuse, and it's just an idea inside the mind. Because there is no perfect time. I'll tell you, now that I've become more successful, and I've met many other millionaires, almost every single one of them has this trait. The trait of going for something and making it happen. Now, making sounds like hard work. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But it's understanding that engagement with life. If there's something they want, they go for it. That is the key, is shifting from the autopilot mind of the social conditioning and starting to then move into the being and start to do especially what you're passionate about. You'll find that when you're doing what you're passionate about, making $1 million will be a lot easier because that energy flow is just there. You don't have to try so hard. Now, let's talk about the belief systems of a millionaire when it comes to hard work. Many people that are millionaires have put in a lot of hard work. I'll say that as well. As I've become much more successful, I put in a lot of work to have my YouTube channel grow as quickly as it has. Now, is it so much that the hard work is the secret to it, or could it be that I believe so much in the hard work that then it creates those kind of results? You see, it's a different perspective, but it could be that, yes, hard work does create success. However, it's also the belief in the hard work that creates the success. Because the more successful you become, it's a funny paradox, but in the beginning you put in the hard work. You make success happen, but then as you become more and more successful, it's less necessary to grind as hard as you did in the beginning. Now, a lot of people sometimes fall off because of that, because they completely give up. They're like, oh, I've made it, I'm done. And then because they're done, they disperse their focus. And as they disperse their focus, there's then no direction, and then things many times plateau. A lot of times if things aren't growing, then they're dying. Now, is that so, or is that a belief? You see, everything in life is a belief. I did an Instagram live yesterday. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, I'll go and put it right here. I do Instagram lives and I post daily content there. I was doing an Instagram live and people were asking questions, and almost in every question that is asked, you can see the belief that is inherently there. Somebody was talking about, That somebody literally said, I would find my negative beliefs, but my negative beliefs are very hard to find. I have subconscious blocks. In that sentence itself, it is reaffirming that negative beliefs are hard to find. Does it have to be true? Well, if we believe it is true, then it will be true. Then those beliefs are hard to find. But that is just a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, here's the key. Everything in life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever evidence we look for, we will find. And everything in our life is a reflection of what we believe to be true. So let me ask you a question. What are your beliefs? What are your core beliefs about life in general? Is life easy? Is life happening for you? Is life a struggle? Do you have to work to get what you want? Is money bad? What are your core beliefs about money? How do you relate to money? Because most likely the way you relate to money will depend upon how your parents related to money, because a lot of times we adopt the belief system of our parents. Now there's another side of this too. I've studied a lot of successful people. I love reading biographies to see how people did things. A lot of the most successful people in the world have been through an immense amount of pain, have been through an immense amount of poverty, but yet they were still able to shift out of that. Now, why is that? Well, maybe they had a desire. Maybe they saw the lack of certain things in their life, so they started to attribute so much to achieving more and to becoming more successful, so they started to identify with it. But nonetheless, there are ways of getting out and making the shift from the reaction to the environment to then, quote unquote, making things happen. Maybe the making things happen requires action, but maybe it's also the belief in the action to where the power comes from. Everything in our life is about belief. Everything in our life is a reflection of what we believe to be true. The belief system of a millionaire is just simply this. We can go over a million different beliefs, but it's just simply this. The shift from becoming somebody that is not really making it, somebody that's struggling, somebody that's trying hard, the difference is that that person normally is in reaction to the environment, has excuses, maybe even watches the news to see that there's a recession going on or whatever. That is just an agreement upon different people and an internalization of that into their belief system. There are people that make more money during a recession than any other time, because when everyone else is afraid, that's when they invest. They end up becoming more successful than ever. It's all about belief system and moving from the reaction mind, from that of hoping things happen, maybe things will happen in the future, to then moving into the being modality. To be a millionaire. To be a millionaire, money is a side effect of us doing what we love, or a side effect of us adding value in the marketplace. So instead of focusing on the money, on being the millionaire, focus on you doing what you love and you being at your own cause. What are you passionate about? Make your own type of movement. Make your own direction. Move in that direction. If it requires you to take action, then take action. But the more you do that, the more you realize that the belief actually might be that you believe action works. I take a lot of action. A lot of people don't like to hear that I take action, because I'm supposed to be this guy that's like law of attraction guy, sits on the couch and is like just using visualization. But I love to be that which I am. I love the physical part of taking action. I love making videos. I love editing the videos. I love putting the videos online. I love making different things that help people to get the results they want, whether that's courses or whatever it is. I love doing what I do, so I do take action. But that's because I am being that of the best version of me. I am being and doing what I love. I encourage you to be. You won't not want to take action. You will want to take action if you are doing what you love and you are being the kind of person that you can be. The biggest shift you will ever make in your life is going from being at the effect of the environment, of being in the circumstance, of hoping things happen one day, and then moving into the engagement of life. This engagement in life is what I call the shift experience. If you want to learn more about what is called the shift experience, this is about shifting your level of consciousness, of understanding how your beliefs create your reality, of shifting from the way you see yourself to a whole new paradigm where you also raise your vibrational state of consciousness. This is a program that I'm creating right now. This is a whole process. This will also be speaking events that I travel the world and do a tour with. It'll be all-day seminar. This is something that I'm creating right now. It's called the Shift Experience with Doughty. If you're interested, I'll go ahead and put a link in the bottom and you can sign up and I will send you updates on that whole process. But this is going to be the most powerful thing that I've ever created. This will help people become millionaires. This will help people shift from their level of consciousness, from the lower emotions into the higher emotions, so that they create what they want easier than ever. The biggest drawback for so many people is they're intending to create what they want with the law of attraction. But they're doing it from the paradigm of lack. They're doing it from the paradigm of the lower vibrational states of consciousness, from shame, fear, guilt, anger of the past. And because they're identified with it, they aren't actually experiencing that which they want. The key is shifting the level of consciousness. That's exactly what the shift experience is all about. I want you to know the shift is coming. The shift is something that you can experience, and it's something that when you do will change your life forever. So I'm excited to be making this. I've already been testing the process with other people in some of my other groups, my academy, and the results have been profound. So I'm excited to be sharing that with you. I want you to know that when it comes to belief systems, all beliefs, all truths are true. There is no collective agreement on every single belief. There are certain generalizations that we all agree to, but in general, the one pattern that all millionaires have is that they go from the reaction to the environment into the engagement with life. That almost all millionaires will see money as more of a byproduct of the value they can add in the marketplace. That when you're doing either what you're passionate about or you're doing what adds value to other people, that will generate you the amount of money that you want. You must relate to money in a new way without giving it negative connotations of it being evil or you having to be a bad person to do so. Because if you do, you'll have mixed associations and you won't actually be able to create an abundance of it in your life. This is about how you relate to the idea of money, how you relate to the idea or the experience of life, and how you relate to your self-image. Start to see yourself and start to be more in the vibration of you prefer, and start to let go of everything from your past, everything that doesn't deserve, and thinking that you have to be on the autopilot mind in reaction to everything else. So, like I said, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll link it right here. I do daily content there, like I said, and other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.